Hey, Run Try Bike community. Welcome to What's in Your Earbuds on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network by Run Try Bike. I'm Jason Bahamundi, which is not a name that you would normally relate to music, but thanks to my co-host Joe Harden, I have now been listening to music more and more and more on a daily basis. So you can thank him when you start watching me dance or hear songs that you have never heard of in your life, because I've probably never heard of them either. Anyway, we have a great guest with joining us today, Heidi Baker, Strong Mama Miles, who I'm sure you all know, who has been on a number of our shows as well. And we're excited to chat with her. But before we bring her on, let me bring Joe onto the show and let me ask him, what's the last song that was playing in your earbuds?
I was listening to some Tyler Childers the other day. That was kind of what was recently in my earbuds. Kind of like more of like an now it's more popular, but more of like an underground kind of darker bluegrass music, which usually hits really good when I'm doing a lot of trail running. So that's what was in my earbuds most recently.
Fantastic. I believe you sent me Rage Against the Machine, right? Is that what you sent me the other?
Yeah, and there was some Rage Against the Machine. Like that was like my Friday like wrap up song for the day for my 9 to 5 was a little Rage Against the Machine.
And for those of you who don't know us and wonder if we actually talk to each other outside of the show, we actually do. On yesterday, I was sitting at a Starbucks and I put on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network playlist on Spotify, and it was so fucking unhinged. It was awesome. It was unbelievable. Like at one point there was heavy metal, followed by hip hop, followed by a ballad. Then it was followed by a song that was not in English. And the whole time I was just bopping and like singing to it in my head and working all at the same time. Like it's close to 30 hours now. Is that correct?
30 hours and 4 minutes officially now.
And it's all over the place. And it's awesome.
Yeah, it's like I'm impressed with how diverse it is. Like it's been so cool. Like I know I go on about this all the time. My favorite part about this is I get introduced to stuff I would never even think about clicking on, and then it just like sends me down like a new genre rabbit hole. That's like my favorite thing. If I have any takeaway from this, it's like forced me in like the best way possible to listen to stuff I wouldn't normally listen, and I've got like all this new music that I love, and it's just been so cool. Getting like I'm in awe every time someone adds something different to the playlist.
One of the things that I have found myself doing is after I put on that playlist and a song will come on, I'll just hit the little plus button on Spotify, and then when I just dial up Spotify on its own, the song or the genre or whatever it is from that plus starts playing all throughout. And then you go down, to your point, down this rabbit hole where all these other artists that you'd never heard of come popping into your ears. And now, like, I'm trying to stay on top of it and add it to the playlist of the song that I just heard that has nothing to do with the original component of it all. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, I agree. It's been so cool getting all these submissions. I think we have 30 hours and 4 minutes. And the last I checked, we talked yesterday, obviously, about it. We had 34 playlist saves. And I lost count of collaborators. I think we're in the 30 plus collaborators.
Yeah, so it was 37 fantastic. Collaborators last I
37. Looked. Okay, cool. Yeah. So just shy of 40, which is incredible because I think we put it. I feel like we just opened up the 24-hour challenge like maybe a month ago or two ago.
Yeah, when Derek came on, we were shy of 24 hours.
Derek, we were just shy of 24 hours, and then obviously it keeps adding bangers, and then. Too, since we've had some cool challenges come up. We've had some 30 hours and 4 minutes. So that's the goal now. That's it. Now we have to come up with other stuff. So I guess we'll have to take that to the listeners, like where we should go with this.
Yeah,
I know you've got some exciting stuff that you're want to add. So
we had talked about creating like a 5K playlist, a half marathon playlist, and just, getting it to that point where people can just dial it in when they're ready. If they're, ready to hammer out a marathon, and there's 6 hours of music there for them to get through it. So we might have to create some sub levels beyond the 30-hour finish.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's exciting.
Well, hey, let's bring Heidi on the show,
Yeah.
get her spin on music. Listen, let's get what's in her earbuds. And I know you've got a bunch of questions queued up, so let's bring Heidi on the show. Hello,
Hey,
my
Heidi.
friend. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
How's it going?
I'm going to ask you a podcast question because I know you and you have your own show. You know, you talk in the green room for a little bit, and then you put the person behind the green room, you know, and you introduce them. Is it awkward to be like, "Hey, how you doing?" when you really know the answer because you just chatted for like 15 minutes?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
Michelle and I are trying to get really good about like hitting record almost right away when we get on with somebody, because we have a tendency to like start chatting and it's like, no, we need to be recording this. Like, this is good.
That's
It's
the good
good
stuff.
stuff here.
I'm going to turn it over to you, Joe, because I know you're the one who's done all the research on the questions. So I'm gonna turn it over to you to ask Heidi, and I'll be contributing my awesome library of music knowledge.
So first, Heidi, I wanted to give you some time to introduce yourself. Like, obviously, we know you very well. We're fans of you and the show that you host. But maybe anybody that doesn't know you yet, give them a little rundown of who is Heidi and introduce yourself a bit. And maybe what do you have coming up? See, I know you've been talking about something coming up. I'm pretty excited about that. But so kind of give everybody that rundown.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Heidi Baker. I'm at Strong Mama Miles on Instagram, and I am a running coach and ultra runner, and just kind of a big fan of ultra running and all the endurance sports. And so I host a podcast called Let's Run That Again with my friend Michelle Goldberg, who's been on a couple of the podcasts before, a big active member of the Run Tri Bike community for sure. And yeah, what else I have coming up? I've got the Devil's Gulch 100 in Wenatchee, Washington in July.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a beast.
Michelle just completed Coconut 250, so congratulations.
She did.
Michelle. I watched. I was there for that. Like, there were some other folks that I was paying attention to, but I definitely made it a point to like shout out Michelle on the live feed and kind of keep track. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So yeah, I've been on your podcast, so I thought it'd be cool to have you on the music podcast because, like I said, usually when I'm like scrolling through Instagram, outside of whatever cool things you have to say or like share, you know, I always pay attention to what people put like music wise. So I'm just like, oh, that's a good, like, that might be the first thing sometimes I go to. I'm like, that is a great song choice. Also, like, you know, great message too. So I wanted to have you on and talk music for a little bit. And I have these six random questions that I like to ask everybody. And so I guess I can start with that. But so Heidi, if your life were a movie, what song would you play during the opening credits? And so here's the thing. What I do is I also add these songs to our playlist too. So this will all go like on a playlist, and maybe someone will be like on their training run randomly, and like this song will like pop up whatever they might be training for. So that's like the intent.
It is a tough one. I mean, there's so many. I gotta think for a second. So what do you guys think?
I'll jump in for you while you think. Well, this is called flow time. So we just finished driving from Phoenix or Sedona to Phoenix to LA. So right now, a song about my life would be "Life is a Highway." You know, the music from Cars. I could see Lightning McQueen come scooting around with Doc and the rest of the crew. Ka-chow.
I still, that's the thing, is I still don't have my own answers to these questions for the most part.
It probably changes, like depending on what phase of your life you're in.
Yeah, it's never static, but
all right, I'll go with one because it's not that old, but it's an older song. And it's probably random and nobody will know what I'm talking about, but the Shins, and the song would be Simple Song.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Yeah.
Because I love the Shins, first of all, and that song is one that's like on all of my running playlists. Like somehow it finds its way into every single one. Like
Ooh.
it's just a great song. I love it so much. So that's one that's kind of always finds its way into my playlists, and it always like perks me up when I'm running. So I'm gonna go with that.
Nice. Oh, I wish I still don't have any. I asked this question a million times. I still don't know. Like you said,
It would probably change tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Recency bias, man. Like again, life is a highway is on my mind right now. Just
Yeah,
because we just finished
exactly.
driving for 8 hours.
Exactly. I mean, if we're going with like what I listen to nonstop right now, it's like from the new Lady Gaga album, and it's like the How Bad Do You Want Me? That song is like it's coming up every day when I'm running, and I do a whole dance to it while I'm running too.
Yes.
Nice.
Can I tell you that? So I'm a huge fan of Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, but their song "Die with a Smile" has been played so much on the radio. Like the moment it comes on, I'm hitting the button. I'm like, next.
Yeah.
Like I just can't take it anymore.
Oh yeah. Is that something? Is that like your go-to? Like if you need to pick me up song, that's like your go-to pick me up song.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them for sure.
God, I've got dozens of those. It's like and you don't know it till you hear it. You're like, oh wow, like I needed to hear that song right now. So that's cool. Yeah, that'll be going on the list. That's a new artist too. I always get really fired up when I hear like I've never even heard of the Shins. So that'll be on the list, and I'm sure I'll go down some like really wild rabbit hole with that group. So thank you. I've got 5 questions. I numbered these wrong. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not very organized for this. So I've got 5 questions, Heidi. Okay. If you could, this is how structured this podcast is. Like
anybody who tunes into EAPN for any show, none of this shit is structured. We had Troy Meadows on the Food Fight Friday. He was like, so when you get the whiteboard out, and I'm like, whiteboard? What are you talking about?
Mine is a crumpled up piece of paper next to my computer.
This shit is all ad-libbed, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So this is a really tough one, and it's really hard to answer. I don't think I can answer it either. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, which song would it be? I'll open this up for albums because like our previous guest is like, man, I can't do one song. I'm like, all right, album. But if you had one song, what would it be? But I'll open that up to albums.
That's rough.
Oh, while you're thinking, I think I know what mine is today. There's a song by OAR called City on Down. And I don't even know what the hell they're singing about, but it's so upbeat. And if I'm trying to like train slow, that song like always pushes me to my threshold pace. So City on Down by OAR. But I just wanted to add that, but because I think I finally know what that answer might be.
I mean,
today.
if I'm doing an album, I feel like it's different than like just a song, because it's like a song, you can only listen to one song for the rest of your life. You got to choose something that's not too upbeat and not too like, you got to choose something that's like in the middle, because sometimes you just need a chill song, right? Yes. But if you're going album, probably Fleetwood Mac, Rumors.
Ooh, yeah, okay. That is a great album too.
But I don't know that I would pick a song from that album as the song I have to listen to for the rest of my life. The only song I have to listen. You know what I mean?
That's a great point. Yeah, 100%. Like the sum of the parts are greater, right? Than one thing.
It's like that's a very dangerous road, because you might get sick of that song. So you got to pick something.
True.
Yeah.
I would go with it. What would you go with, Jason? Sorry.
New York, New York, New York by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, that's a good one.
Dang. Oh, did he sing "I Love Las Vegas" or was that Dean Martin? Never mind. That might be Dean Martin actually.
I should have brought my husband on, because I guarantee you he would probably no answers for me to all these questions.
He has to like
Because he
passively.
just knows what he would be like, no, you would listen to this for the rest of your life, and you'd be good with that.
Yeah,
You
there's
can
so
like
many.
tell when song comes on in the car or something. Like I'll start like dancing and like singing out loud to it. He's like, I knew you were gonna start doing that like right away when the song comes on.
A whole album. So that's your album, Jason? I don't know if I can land on that one. Okay, a whole album for me. I think Working Man Blues by the Grateful Dead might be my album right now that I could listen to for the rest of my life. Because it's the same. It's got like some upbeat stuff, then it kind of brings you back down. Good point. Like you wouldn't want like a banger for the rest of your life.
No.
Because you might be in that. Yeah. You have to find like a good middle ground.
I mean, we're not robots, man. Like we're gonna have days where we're up, days when we're down, days when we're sideways. Like to just constantly have a banger, and like if you're in a depressed mood, like
just like
you have no choice but to pump yourself up right now.
Come on,
through the tears, through the misery.
I'm gonna age myself, but I would throw my Sony Walkman across the room after a bit, right? Like shit, enough of this.
I was just outside of Walkman. I was Discman era, like the one that would skip. Like you put it in your pocket and it would like skip when you're riding your bike. Awful days. Is anybody else like I had an adapter for my Walkman to my car?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Era. I mean, I kind of miss those days. Like get that thing to play in your car. Like you better have some like really good. Like now you take it for granted that Spotify just shout out to Spotify.
My kids, I
play whatever you want. But.
My kids, I just yell at them in the car because they'll be like, wait, who sings this? What's this from? And they're like, show me on the screen, Mom. I'm like, back in the day, if I didn't know the song, I just had to deal with it and like get on the dial-up internet and search the lyrics. I remember later to figure out who sang the song and what it was from. Like,
I'm gonna go back even further. Like we had to record it off the radio.
Oh yeah.
Right?
You'd wait till it came on and you'd be hit record. Yeah, that was yep. It's like you'd just be sitting in your room waiting for the song that you wanted to come on. You're like, I know it's gonna come on today. And you have to hit record. You miss like the first 3 seconds, so it's kind of awkward when you listen to it back.
And then the DJ comes on right before the song ends, and he's like, "Coming up now, traffic on the 5."
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think that might have been with me and Jason, but I was talking about making tapes, and someone's like, mixtapes? Like
they were our love language. That's what they were.
That's right.
Yeah. If I made someone a mixtape, that was showing that I cared.
Yeah, because it took 3 weeks to get it right, man.
A lot of work went into it.
Question number.
Kids these days, they don't know.
These are not numbered appropriately. If you could have any musician or band perform at your birthday party, who would you choose?
Ooh.
I don't know. Probably Death Cab for Cutie or Postal Service, because they're like two of my favorites. I've seen them live a few times now. So
nice.
Yeah, because Ben Gibbard is in both Death Cab for Cutie and Postal Service, and they just did a tour together. This last year, I went and saw them live because they'd never toured together because it's two separate bands. He just happens to be in both of them, and they did a tour together, and it was awesome.
We have a troll on Instagram right now.
Oh,
Lori's asking, how old are we?
Oh, she's the
troll. We've used mixtape and Discman, so we use terms like that. So
another fun fact about Death Cab for Cutie and Postal Service is Ben Gibbard is an ultra runner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really?
He's actually running Western States this summer.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to add that to the playlist for sure now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Who's playing at your birthday party, Joe?
Oh, dang it. I don't know. I was trying to think about who would be at mine.
Can you do a
Okay,
live
I
or
don't. I
dead?
didn't put.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it'd
I
be
guess
amazing
I
if they were dead and playing at your birthday party. That'd be impressive.
since I didn't put that stipulation on there, I might go with. Most of them are no longer with us. I'm gonna go Led Zeppelin.
Oof.
I know that's maybe a cliche answer, but I love Led Zeppelin. I can't help myself. They're like just so good. So I pick Led Zeppelin. Yeah. Jason, what about you?
We're gonna have a 3-set situation happening here. We're gonna open with Bieber, then Timberlake
Okay.
is gonna come on, and we're gonna close with Maroon 5.
Ooh, nice. That'd
That's
be
quite the birthday party.
Shall we?
That's
Look,
a-
if we're gonna do something, we're doing it all the way.
I like that. I like that. Okay. Question number something. If aliens visited Earth, visited Earth and you had to play them one song to represent humanity, which song would you choose?
I don't think you'd want to pick me for that job.
This has been my favorite, one of my favorite questions.
I don't know. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
that's a good one.
That sums up humanity pretty well.
That is a really good one.
That is a good one. Oh, dang it. I don't even know.
I could probably
So-
come up with a funnier one if I had more time, but
No,
that
that's
seemed
perfect.
relevant.
That is so perfect. I had
What about yours? Jason?
I
know
have
you answered
no
this
idea, dude. I had one the last time when we talked to Derek. I had one, but it has since slipped my mind. I mean, first of all, I would probably just tell the aliens go back because wherever you're from is better.
So
Hey,
has
it's
to
not
be.
worth it.
like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, give us a little time to fix this and come back in like 3 years.
We've had time.
Oh, I don't even
Get
know
out,
what I'd go
get out
with.
now.
Oh, recency bias, like Jason always says, because I always have. Let's go. Oh, I'm gonna go heavy metalish on this one. Let's go "Freedom" by Rage Against the Machine, just because it's been recent in my playlist. But just be like, hey, this is good music. Like, all right, like this represents like good heavy music.
Would it be our freedom or the aliens' freedom? Like,
The
who
aliens'
are we
freedom.
giving freedom to?
The aliens.
Joe wants the aliens to like him and like his music so that he can go with them.
Yeah, true. Like, do you have really good snacks up there?
Instead of
Probably.
take me out to the ball game, it'd be like take me onto your spaceship. Can we change the lyrics and sing that?
Oh, what's that David Bowie song? I'm gonna draw a blank. Hold on. I'll come
Dude.
back to that.
I gotta tell you, I'm impressed with you people being able to just rattle off songs. You're like, oh, I know there's a David Bowie thing. Like I'd be doing hours of research to get any of this stuff right.
Oh, why can't I think of it? Because I'm live on a podcast. I can't answer this right away. Attention, Tom, to ground control.
Oh yeah.
Somebody help me with that.
Um,
Somebody will fix this for me eventually through like an instant DM at some point. But yeah, you know what I'm talking. You know where I'm going with that, Heidi. So,
Yeah.
question number 5.
Something.
Which song instantly transports you back to a specific memory or place? This is like, I would ask anybody this question, even if it wasn't on a podcast, because it's something that I always want to know.
Yes. So I'm gonna say Death Cab for Cutie again because their album Plans, when I listen to it, I am in the car in college in the fall in Northern California, and it's like raining, and I go to Starbucks and do my schoolwork and have coffee because I worked at Starbucks too. And like it's just I'm there when I listen to their album Plans. Like that's where I am. Like it still happens to me. Like I can feel the same feelings I had then.
Does it like do you like smell the coffee? Does it like take you back?
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
everything. For some reason that album specifically like just really transports me to like that specific time.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
There's
I've got like
probably
several
more,
to do
but that
that,
one is like so like every time I hear like any of those songs from that album,
like
I feel it.
any specific song that does it, or just like the whole album in general?
The whole album pretty much does it. It's probably because I listen to it like on repeat nonstop in my car then. But but yeah, it was just like it just gives me those like cuddled up in a coffee shop doing my schoolwork,
Oh
free
man.
and young vibes.
We
Yeah,
do
I
have
love
an
that.
answer. Derek, who is again all knowing when it comes to music, ground
Thank you,
control to
Derek.
Major Tom.
Okay, I
Yeah.
felt like I was like, is that the name of it though? Like I felt like it had a different title.
If
Yeah, I thought
Derek
I
says
did.
that's what it is, that's what it is. That dude
Yeah,
is like a library of music. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, oh, it's just ground control to Major Tom, but I also didn't want to seem like an idiot when they're like, someone's like, oh, well, that's not the name of the song. That's
You don't
just
want
the lyrics, Heidi.
You don't want to seem like an idiot on this show.
Yeah. You don't have the misnumbered list of like how many questions did I have? Thank you, Derek. I had a feeling that Derek would be the one to fix that for me, so I appreciate it, buddy. Jason, do you have one right now that you can think of that transports you back?
Yeah, that's actually they started
another
playing it recently. So at my prom, they had the song Forever Young, and it's been remade with David Guetta now.
So bad for young.
Yes, and every time that comes on in the car, first of all, Lori looks at me like, how the fuck do you know the lyrics to this song? It's as old as time. And I'm like, it was 1991. It was played at my prom. What do you want? But that's the one that will take me back for sure. And again, it's recency bias because they're playing it now. If that song wasn't being played on the radio now, I probably wouldn't even have an answer.
Oh, I think I've got a new one. So my daughter will be 13 soon, but when she was like terrible twos, toddler age, when she would be having like a meltdown, I would play Three Little Birds by Bob Marley and like sing it to her. And even now that she's like almost an adult, like we'll still play that song, and it like reminds me of like those times. Because it was just, they're fun at all ages, but I just remember like little bits of her toddler style, and it was just like, it's like a weird, unique time for them to be. It's like they're a toddler, but they're like growing into like their own people. It just kind of takes me back to that time. It's like one of my favorite songs too.
I actually thought of another one, a specific song, and that's Africa by Toto, because
yes,
my dad and I used to like, whenever it would come on the radio or something, that was like our song that we would just like bust out like singing together. And that was actually the song that we danced to for the father-daughter dance at my wedding.
Do you remember during the pandemic when
cool.
Shia LaBeouf and they were doing that little Zoom thing and he was stoned as fuck and they were playing that song? Yeah. So every time I have a mint or something like that, I will play that song because it just reminds me of Shia LaBeouf being totally stoned during that whole little Zoom thing they were doing. I think it was a Saturday Night Live skit or something. It cracks me up every time.
That's funny.
We have been corrected. Derek has corrected us. Ground control to Major Tom is just the line. The song is Space Odyssey.
Okay, there we go. So I was right.
Thank you.
Then
Okay, thank
I
you.
was also foolish
Okay.
because then I agreed with him that it was the title. So
Thank you, Derek.
I love the fact that we do this live and people can contribute to the show this way. It's fantastic.
Derek has become our our proofreader for us.
He's a quasi producer for the show. We have to just make sure he keeps showing up.
Yeah, quasi producer.
He does
what do you got
does
going
the
on
fact
every other
check.
Monday, Derek?
He does the live fact check.
When I say dumb shit, you can fix it for me.
It really is amazing. Like, he is the living embodiment of our playlist. When he was on the show maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago, he was going from Metallica to U2 to the Beastie Boys to like rap groups you'd never even heard of before. I was like, wow, like, where is this? Like, where do you have the time to just listen to all this stuff and then remember it? It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and shout out to Derek. He'll be on. I'll have him on Thursday, and then me and Derek are running the Mohican 100 together. So shout out to Derek.
Is that next weekend?
The 31st. So coming up.
All right.
Almost taper time. I'm gonna get a buckle. I'm gonna try to get a buckle.
You'll get a buckle.
Yeah.
What's the song that's playing when you cross the finish line?
Oh man, how am I gonna feel then?
Thrilled, over the moon.
You'll
Thrilled.
feel really happy then.
Yeah. Maybe I'm hoping this time it won't be Uptown Girl for 12 hours throughout the night, but I don't know why.
For hours throughout the night
When
at a race.
So when me and my buddy Doug tried to run, like attempted to run across Rhode Island, I sang like the hook for Uptown Girl to him and at him, like very loudly for way too long. I cannot believe we're still friends. I don't know where it came from, but not even sure. Ultra distance, you know how that does things to you.
It does.
Amazing. Do you have any more questions?
That's it. Yeah, thank you. That was awesome. Those are all going to go on the list. And
Awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
Heidi, thank you so much for joining us on What's in Your Earbuds. We really appreciate your time and love the contribution to our super eclectic playlist, which we are going to have to now create a new one that might be for marathoners and then half marathoners, because we have hit 30 plus hours on our playlist at this point.
Can run 100 miles and listen to the music.
Got that right. Appreciate your time, Heidi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Dude, that was a hell of a show. I mean, we laughed and got at least another 18 songs to add to that playlist. We're going to have to absolutely create a whole new one.
Yeah. I need to find a way to I guess what I've been having to do is just I don't always want to listen to myself talk. So I just go back the last few minutes and try to capture what they said, what everyone has said. I know I need to go back and listen to Sandy. We would have more music if I could catch up on some of these episodes actually too. So
well, dude, thanks so much for co-hosting with me. Great questions. I know next week, or in 2 weeks, we will have Ohm joining us on the show for a What's in Your Earbuds send-off. So we'll have to think of songs that will send people off and add those songs to the playlist. So appreciate your time, dude. I will see you on Thursday, and have a great one. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Please make sure you subscribe, rate, review, and comment on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network so we can continue to have great guests like Heidi Baker on the show and continue to make people laugh and smile and have fun while they're out there doing hard things. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See ya.